Barring any miracles happening for Donald Trump between now and Monday morning, he is set to begin his very first criminal trial on Monday in Manhattan. That is a massive deal. Monday, of course, is going to begin the process of jury selection, again, barring any miracles saving Donald Trump and granting him a delay. But based on everything that has happened this week, a delay seems increasingly unlikely. Because Donald Trump, has gone in front of the appellate court, well, his lawyers have, multiple times this week, and every single time they have brought up an issue, right? We filed this motion. We want a delay because we think he has presidential immunity. We want a delay because we want to challenge the gag order. We want a delay because we want a change of venue. All those are things that they did this week, just days before the trial set to begin. And every single one of them ticking down that list, the appellate division has said, nope, not gonna happen. We don't buy your legal arguments. And some of them actually said, these are things you should have brought up, last year, but you didn't. So you waited a little too long to even ask us to honor this request. In other words, Trump's attorneys went in front of that appellate division, and every single time they were up to bat, they struck out. They struck out embarrassingly. And here's why. It's not just because they have no valid legal arguments for delaying the case any further. I mean, that obviously is the number one thing, right? Let's be real. There's no valid legal argument to delay this case. Even the argument about immunity, hey, the Supreme Court may say he's immune from prosecution. Wonderful. That doesn't affect this case, because these are things that happened before he went into the White House. So immunity, even if the Supreme Court grants it, wouldn't cover this issue. And that's what the courts have said, cool, we don't care because it doesn't affect this case. But I think really the biggest reason the judges are just so quickly rejecting all of these arguments is because they're tired of this crap. All over the country, in every case that Donald Trump is facing, whether it's been a civil case or a criminal case, what's happened? This exact same thing. His lawyers go to the judge every time that a thought pops into their head and they file a motion and say, hey, judge, I had a thought. And because I had a thought, you got to delay this case even further. And at first, judges would take a little bit longer, maybe a week or so before they'd issue a ruling. But at this point, Trump's lawyers have just pissed off the judges, both the ones overseeing the trials and, of course, the ones at the appellate division, that they're not taking their time anymore. They're sick and tired of it, so they're just nope, 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 nope. The rulings that they're issuing, striking down Trump's motions, are getting shorter and shorter because they don't have the patience for it. They don't want to have to sit there and explain to Donald Trump and his lawyers anymore how the law actually works. And if things were actually fair, these lawyers would have been sanctioned a long time ago. You cannot file frivolous motions. You cannot file motions that are intended basically to fail. You cannot file motions based on fictitious things that you think. But that is what they've done. And yes, they should be sanctioned for it. They should be investigated by the state bar for it. And they may still be, by the way. But the judges are sick of it. They're ready to get this crap over with. And barring some kind of change of heart miracle over the weekend, Trump's heading into that Manhattan courtroom first thing Monday morning.